Welcome to AccessTechConnect, where we discuss accessibility, assistive technologies, technology tips and tricks, and more pertaining to how technology impacts the lives of the blind and visually impaired, both in negative and positive ways. My name is Bob. It's good to meet you. Today, on our first video here on the channel, we're going to discuss an app called OKO, AI Copilot for the Blind. This app is developed by a company called AccessTech. And as you can see here, OKO is an app that uses the camera in conjunction with artificial intelligence in order to help people who are blind and visually impaired to know when it is time to cross at a pedestrian crossing where there are streetlights. Growing up in a small town, we didn't have audio crossing signals that could be heard. Some cities have signals that sound like cuckoo clocks and chirping, depending on the direction in which you're traveling. Where I live, there are some crossings in my area that do not have these signals. I was taught to cross streets without the use of these signals and to rely on parallel traffic flow. It's a good way to go. This app, as they state themselves, is not meant to entirely substitute orientation and mobility skills such as the use of a white cane or a guide dog. However, it is a very useful app and has a very dedicated purpose. Take a look at the street here. Going north and south at this crossing is pretty straightforward. I can get a good feel for the parallel traffic flow. But crossing east and west is a bit more difficult because the traffic flow is not very consistent, as the eastern part of the road is only used on certain days of the week. This is where the OKO app comes in handy and helps me to save a little bit of time in transit as I used to travel up the road north, to be able to cross east and then travel back down. So let's take a look at how this wonderful app works. When standing at a crossing, you take your phone and hold it out to chest level. You could say, "Hey Siri, open OKO," and when the app opens, it simply goes to work for you. There are some settings and things that you can tweak, and we'll look at that in a different video. But this app, it doesn't have what people would typically call bells and whistles, though that doesn't matter. It has a dedicated purpose, and the company is developing it for that specific purpose, helping people who are blind and visually impaired to safely cross at street crossings with traffic lights. The app can detect red lights and green lights, walking signals, the do not walk signal, as well as timers, and it has different audio and haptic feedback to let you know what's going on. As we see here, I'm at a crossing, and as the do not walk signal is visible, the app is saying, "Do not walk," it's telling you not to walk. There's a bit of a waiting period, but I'm going to show you here what happens when the light turns green. We notice that the beeping becomes more rapid, and it tells me that I can walk, and therefore I can walk across the street safely. What happens if we veer? Well, if we veer, our camera is going to go off course. It's not going to be looking at the traffic light. And so the haptic feedback, the audio feedback is going to go away. This is real-time feedback, which is awesome. So if we veer, and again, don't just rely on the app alone for this. Listen to the parallel traffic flow and keep your ears attuned to what's going on. It is crucial as a blind or visually impaired traveler to pay attention to what's going on around. But once you come back on course, the real-time feedback is going to let you know that you're going in the right direction by letting you know what's going on with the light. The OKO app is something that I have added to my assistive technology arsenal, and I absolutely love it. For more information pertaining to the app, you can visit ayes.ai, ayes.ai. Be sure to check the description for links to the app in the App Store. It's currently only available on iOS, as well as to the developer site. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in more helpful videos on this channel. Thanks again. Signing off.